Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador, for hosting this event for us, and I thank you for acknowledging our contribution. But it's so many people in this room who, every single one of them, done absolutely enormous work. So today we have a group of people who really love Ukraine, really don't like what is going on in the world, and they put everything together to help. We are here today because thanks to the newly formed British-Moldovan Chamber of Commerce, who negotiated a huge grant for us, Mandate is able, hopefully will be able to, but is responsible to manage £500,000 to help Ukrainian refugees in Moldova. I don't like the word refugee. I think they are people who yesterday were doctors, teachers, kids at school, and overnight they got this label, which probably will stick with many of them forever. We're speaking about numbers, and every single one of you who've been at the border, you saw millions, you saw 100,000, you saw tens of thousands of people. But behind every number is a story, and those stories which inspire us to carry on, and those stories we need to acknowledge and alleviate their pain and make their life easier. One of the stories that marked me personally was this boy, Mark, who was born 5 days before war. He came in Moldova on a last humanitarian convoy from Bucha with his mom, his 2-year-old brother, his grandmom and great-grandmom. On Saturday, we managed to christen that baby under Moldovan traditions. Another couple, 72-year-old couple, also on last humanitarian convoy from Bucha, they left all their life behind. They packed their life in 2 bags, and they're living in Moldova now. And those kind of stories we have to remember when we put all our efforts together. And this is one thing I really hope, that we unify the efforts and we make all the funds we might manage to put together to reach the Ukrainians properly, to make life for Moldova authorities easier to help them, and not to forget to start thinking how we're going to build Ukrainian back. Many of you may not know, I didn't know until last trip to Moldova, that Ukrainian embassy has done an amazing job from day one when the war started. They have a small van there, and that van is every day going in all sorts of parts of Ukraine with any kind of aid they manage to source, especially medication, all the funds they can raise to buy medication. And another secret, I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to say that, but I do apologize, I'm going to. They even donate their salaries to buy stuff to go to Ukraine. And this embassy is really needs a lot of recognition, and we hope that all of us will stand behind you for the rest of this tragedy. Sorry I took too much of your time. I'd like to introduce my colleagues from British-Moldovan Chamber of Commerce, because it's them who brought this money to Moldova. Outside this fund, Mandate invested quite significantly in Ukraine, in Moldova, and now we are looking after Ukrainian people arriving on Isle of Wight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador.
This is yours.
Ah, thank you very much. We should cheers. I'd just like to firstly thank Victoria for her dedication and hard work. Not just now, but I think over the lifetime of Mad Aid. She's delivered amazing contribution to aid across the board. And we are very, very happy to be working with her, and we're very grateful to be here. So thank you very much. The British Chamber of Commerce Moldova is newly formed. I'm sure you're all quite aware of the British Chambers, etc. But obviously, for us, the timing possibly couldn't have been worse, but actually turns out to be better, because the ability for us to use the brand of the British Chamber of Commerce to help secure the funding for Mad Aid has been amazing, and that's something we're very proud of. Although we are the British Chamber of Commerce, through Lee, we have direct relationships with family in in Ukraine, with his wife and son. So we have a vested interest in trying to help and do the best that we can. We take a slightly different approach to some situations. We like to get our shirt sleeves up and get dirty and start to deliver things on the ground. We want to make an impact. And really that is the focus of what we are aiming to do with the with the grant money that we've managed to secure with Mad Aid. So we're looking at creating and we are creating a micro grants program to be able to support small NGOs providing on-the-ground services. You know, what we see around the world is it's not always the big money. You do need lots of big money, but if we can distribute that quickly to the people that are really making an impact, that's the important thing. So for us, it's about then being able to spread that around different NGOs, different causes, different services that are being provided, and that's supporting the trucks that Victoria ships in once a week from the UK, but it's also supporting people like Sylvia who've been working with the food programs, people like Hank, and a number of you in the room. So for us, it's something that we want to use as a foundation to grow further donations to come in to support this work, and hopefully we can create, you know, a much more direct impact from the funding that comes in with the grassroots, you know, volunteers and NGOs that are working every day on the ground, on the front line, that see this day in, day out, that have spent all of their time volunteering over the last few months. Because unfortunately, you know, whilst we would all want it to finish soon, the reality is it would go on for probably quite some time. So for us, it's important now to sow the seeds, to build those foundations that are strong and stable, to create the atmosphere where we can collaborate together, no matter the nationality, because this is an international crisis. And we take pride in trying to help everybody do better. So, Mr. Ambassador, First Lady, thank you very much once again for hosting us. We wish you all a very pleasant evening and afternoon, you know, meeting each other. Please share a glass of wine. Please, you know, share your stories, and let's help make this something special that we can grow and be a great success. So once again, I'd like to thank Victoria for her dedication and hard work. She really is the rock in this. So thank you.